Hello and welcome. My favorite phrase when it comes to talking about small, affordable cars is cheap and cheerful. I'm picturing things like the original Mini Cooper, Fiat 500, and Volkswagen Beetle. These icons of affordable transportation were more than just cheap, they were also fun. Today's car, the ORA Good Cat, is attempting to recapture a little bit of that spirit, but with a modern electric car flair. The name is a very nice start, but it takes more than a catchy name to become an icon. So let's see what it can do.
I can't believe we're following up our review of the Haval Big Dog by reviewing the ORA Good Cat. Both Haval and ORA are sub-brands of Great Wall Motors, so maybe this is part of some larger marketing strategy that I just can't comprehend.
The exterior styling on the Good Cat is definitely one of its biggest highlights. This thing is simply adorable and overflowing with personality. The front end here looks a little bit like a Porsche, which shouldn't come as a surprise considering it was penned by a former Porsche designer. To me, it looks a little bit like a cartoon version of a Porsche Macan with its big high fenders and bulging out eyes. Yes, I did say eyes, not headlights. This thing has such a recognizable face to it that it's really hard not to personify it.
The profile of the Good Cat is just as satisfying to look at, thanks to the continuous swooping body line that extends from one bulging fender to another, giving the car a hunkered down look.
Things get a little bit weird when we get to the rear end of the Good Cat. Have you noticed there's something that appears to be missing? Like, I don't know, taillights? Those, as it turns out, are actually embedded here in the rear glass. It's a unique and I think attractive lighting solution that I don't know that I've ever seen before. My overall impression of the rear end design though is not overwhelmingly positive. I think it comes off as a little bit awkward, especially with this bulging area. If we open up the rear hatch, we'll see that there's a pretty useful amount of rear space, certainly more than you might find in a Volkswagen Polo, for example. The rear opening, though, is actually a little smaller than I would like because of this high area here, making it slightly less usable. Let's talk about price and trim levels on the ORA Good Cat. You may remember the Haval Big Dog that we drove recently. That was a car that really committed to its dog theme by having trim levels like Labrador and Border Collie. I was therefore very much looking forward to driving the ORA Good Cat Siamese and Maine Coon trim levels. ORA has decided to go a different direction, however. The opening entry-level trim is called Muse, and it can be yours for about $16,000. That is followed by trim levels including the Athena, Apollo, and finally the range-topping Poseidon trim level, which can be yours for $22,000. If you're wondering what Greek gods have to do with cats and affordable small electric hatchbacks, you are not alone. Whatever they decided to call it, the interior of the Good Cat brings the same charming aesthetic as the exterior. The retro theme is pretty clear with this simple two-tone dashboard, the pinstriping here, and the stitching on the seats. Retro design definitely doesn't always work, but I think the Good Cat manages to nail it. I really like the light, airy feel of this cabin with all of this color. The beauty is more than skin deep, too. Sure, there are some cheaper plastic materials down on the lower portion, but there's also some nice soft touch areas as well. Fit and finish is also very impressive for a car at this price point.
This car comes packed with features, including some you very much would not expect in a car this cheap. That means wireless charging, a sunroof, and front and side curtain airbags for all passengers. What you don't expect is the heated and massaging driver's seat, heated front passenger seat, side view camera system, and a semi-autonomous driving system that is remarkably similar to the one you can find on a base Tesla Model 3.
One of my few complaints about the interior of the Good Cat is this center screen. Now, it is on the small side, which I don't have a problem with. This is a very affordable car. The problem is that you have to use the center screen to use many of the features in this car. That's fine in a car like a Model 3, which has a big screen and big icons and text. But the Good Cat is much smaller. That makes adjusting things like the heated seat, for example, kind of distracting while driving.
Back seat space is quite good, likely a result of that small rear cargo area. The seat bottoms are a bit on the short side though. All Good Cats come equipped with a single front-mounted electric motor, producing 140 horsepower and 155 pound-feet of torque. There are, however, two battery options. The first is a 47.8 kilowatt-hour lithium iron phosphate battery, offering a claimed 400 kilometers of NEDC range, and the second is a 59.1 kilowatt-hour ternary lithium battery with a claimed range of 500 kilometers. Our car had the larger battery, and while it managed closer to 350 kilometers of range in real-world conditions, that's still mighty impressive for this price.
If you were hoping that I was going to tell you that the Good Cat is an absolute blast to drive, well, you're in for a disappointment. If you were hoping I would say it's a reasonably comfortable car with modest but usable power and a compliant ride, well, you're going to be very happy. You see, at 3,300 pounds, this is not as flickable as some of the icons that I mentioned earlier in the video. That's about 400 pounds heavier than a Honda Civic. According to the official numbers for this car, it should be able to charge from 30 to 80% in about half an hour on a quick charge, of course. In our experience, however, it was a little bit slower than that. When we put it on a 120 kilowatt charger, it took about 2 hours and it still wasn't to 80%. When we put it on a three-phase home charger, 11 kilowatt hours, it should have taken about 8 hours to charge, but after 10 hours, it was finally full. A Tesla Model 3, just for comparison, takes about 5 hours on the same charger. Now, we're not sure if that's a problem with this particular car or those different chargers, but that is a long time to wait.
Pedal travel is very long, and clearly designed to let you eke out only as much power as you need and no more. Speaking of pedals, the one-pedal driving system is buried in the menu and has an annoying habit of suddenly turning off mid-drive. Both these issues could likely be solved with a software update though, and they don't keep it from being a perfectly good and good-looking commuter car.
I remember driving by a BMW dealership with my mother some years ago and hearing her remark, "Why do all the cars have to have such angry-looking faces?" At the time, I was a stupid teenager who thought that every car should look like it just drove off of a racetrack. I just rolled my eyes at her and sighed loudly. Nowadays, though, I think I get what she means. The car world needs fun, small cars like this, happy cars, just as much as it needs the angry, powerful sports cars that we all love. In that respect, I think that the ORA Good Cat is a great success. It might not be a hot hatch, but it definitely qualifies as cheap and cheerful. All right, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.